What is up guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Oman and today's analysis video is going to be about the Champions League game between Real Madrid and Atalanta. So Real Madrid on paper was lined up in a 4-3-3 formation, but their formation on the ground was mostly 3-5-2, with Nacho, Ramos and Varane making a back three with the ball. While Atalanta on the other hand lined up in their normal 3-4-3 formation, which was mostly 3-5 with the ball and 5-3-2 without the ball. So here we can see Real Madrid's back three with the ball, with Mendy and Lucas Vazquez playing as the two wingbacks. Back three and a front line of 5 men with Mendy and Vazquez playing as the two wingbacks and joining the front line with the ball. And Real Madrid mostly had a 5-4-1 formation without the ball, with the two wingbacks now dropping in the defense. Atalanta actually started the game really well, and they made it quite difficult for Real Madrid to keep hold of possession thanks to Atalanta's very nicely organized, man-oriented high press. Since both the teams were keeping a very similar formation, so that made it quite easy for Atalanta to match Real Madrid man-to-man, to block the nearby passing options of Courtois and force him to go long. All the nearby passing options are blocked, so Courtois is now forced to go long and Real Madrid lose possession. Again, blocking all the nearby passing options, and this time Varane is forced to go long and Real Madrid once again lose possession. Varane to Lucas Vazquez, who is immediately put under pressure by the Atalanta wingback, and Lucas Vazquez under pressure fires the ball out of play. Underlapping centre-backs are a big part of Atalanta's offensive gameplay. So this is how the two teams were lined up on the ground whenever Atalanta had the ball. The three Real Madrid centre-backs were covering the Atalanta front three, and the two wing-backs were covering the two Atalanta wing-backs, and thus we had a 5v5 position in the Real Madrid defensive third. Atalanta often tried to use their tight man-to-man marking to drag the Real Madrid players out of their defense to open the space for one of the centre-backs to make underlaps in the open space. Mendy steps out to press the Atalanta wing-back, and Malinowski makes a run to the wide area to take away Nacho, and that opens the gap in the defense for the underlap of the centre-back. But because of the narrow distance in between the Real Madrid lines, the Real Madrid midfielders were easily able to drop in the defense to track the underlaps of the Atalanta centre-backs. Since one of the Atalanta centre-backs was moving to join the front line, so Real Madrid decided to keep both Benzema and Vinicius Jr. high up the ground to create a 2v2 position on transitions. Real Madrid decided to keep both Vinicius and Benzema high up the ground to create a 2v2 position on transitions. Vinicius was often asked to stay high and wide, and as soon as Real Madrid won possession, they immediately tried to find Vinicius in one of the wide areas to try and use his pace to hit Atalanta on transition. Vinicius actually did a very good job of staying high and wide to make himself available on transitions. He also had a few very good chances to score the goal, but he was lacking that final touch to score the goal. Since the underlapping centre-backs were leaving Atalanta in a 2v2 position on transitions, so as the game progressed, Atalanta decided not to push their centre-backs high up the ground with possession. And this is where the front three of Atalanta came into play, who often dropped deep to drag the Real Madrid centre-backs out of their positions to open the space in the Real Madrid defense. Malinowski drops deep and he drags Nacho out of his line to open the space in the defense for the run of Muriel. Pasalic is doing the same thing on the other side, dropping deep, dragging Varane out of his line and opening the space in the defense. Here again, Pasalic drops deep, he drags Varane out of his line and plays the ball to Gosens, who plays a first-time pass to release Muriel in the open space. And now Muriel tries to release Pasalic behind the line, but a bad first touch takes the ball away from Pasalic and Atalanta lost a very good goal scoring opportunity. Even though Atalanta were unable to create any clear-cut chances, but they were still able to penetrate into Real Madrid's defensive third quite a few times. But despite dominating possession, Atalanta found themselves 2-0 down. And that was all down to two very cheap mistakes that took the game away from them. And once Real Madrid had their nose in front, it became quite difficult for Atalanta to break Real Madrid down. The decision of going with a man-to-man approach worked really well for Real Madrid, as they were able to mark the Atalanta players quite effectively. Real Madrid are now in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, and so far, every team that had won the first leg of the knockout stage has gone on to qualify for the quarterfinals. Thank you so much guys for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.